Hello, and welcome to Party of Two Cruising. I'm Patrick, and a lot of people asked us on our channel and on the Facebook page if we would do a video explaining the new Carnival Rewards program in maybe some simpler details. I've read it about 2 or 3 times. I read it the day the bomb dropped. And it really sounds a lot like it's complicated, but it's really not. It's not complicated at all. It's a simple rewards program. And what makes me show you that and explain that is right after the bomb dropped, when they came out with what we thought was going to be another couple of levels, we thought it was going to be something great. And we were all kind of in shock. I mean, I just stared at my computer and went like, what is this? Okay. Well, I read it. I've read it about 3 times. I went through the video. I went through all Christine Duffy's letters. I went through everything, and there's still questions that I have no clue what's going to happen. And I'll explain those later in the video. And then a lot of people ask, well, I'm really interested in what your opinion of this new program is. And I'll say that at the end of the video. So first of all, let's go back in time. Okay, this isn't the first time that Carnival has changed the VIFP program. Back in, I think it was about 2012, it's been 13 years ago, so roughly around in 2012, when Terry and I started cruising with Carnival in 2004, the rewards program was a little bit different, okay? It was set up to where you got 1 point for every cruise that you took, okay? So in other words, if you did a 4-day cruise, you got a point. It went by your cruises. If you did a 7-day cruise, you got credit for one cruise. If you did a 14-day cruise, you got credit for 1 cruise. So people started getting wise, as we all do. We all figure the system out sooner or later. And people started doing 2 4-day cruises instead of doing a 7-day cruise. Or instead of doing a 14-day cruise, they would do 3 4-day cruises. So they were getting credit for 3 cruises rather than just 1 cruise. So that was when Carnival came in and said, we're changing this to days at sea, basically. However many day cruise you booked, that's how many points you were doing. And I totally agreed with it. We were kind of shocked when they changed. I go, well, wait a minute, we're getting credit for all these shorter cruises. But I get where that came from. So it really wasn't a shock. And it really didn't affect most people. Okay, because cruising wasn't quite as popular back then as it is now. It's highly popular at this point. Okay, so anyway, after that bomb dropped, and I was at the casino, I went to the Hard Rock Casino, and as you see right here, my card, it's a rewards card. It's not a loyalty card. It's a rewards card. This program, and I'm going to try to explain it in detail, is basically the same thing as my rewards card at the casino. For example, all right, so with this card, I have to maintain 15,000 points. And this, again, they work the same way. They're doing the same exact thing to maintain my elite status, which is the highest status you can earn. And that's not a big deal. I don't gamble as much as everyone thinks I do. But to maintain that, I have to keep that 15,000. Even though I'm already an elite member, all I'm doing is maintaining that. And by February of next year, if I don't have 15,000 points, I'm going to drop back down. But as soon as I get my 15,000 points, even if it's in the middle of the year, I'm going to go back up to elite status. So what do they give me for elite status? Well, they give me gifts. They give me free gambling money. They give me points that I earn to go eat on or buy anything in their stores. Their ice cream, go to the buffet, get it for free. Okay, because I'm using the points that I earned. This Carnival program works the identical way. You are going to earn stars or you're going to earn points. It's a 2-based system. So for example, let's just say, now, first of all, everybody doesn't need to panic. And I know a lot of people are panicking. I was the same way. I wasn't really panicking, but I was like very, very disappointed when I first saw it and go like, well, what do you mean I'm going to lose my lifetime status? Because when I signed up for this deal and I started cruising with Carnival, our goal was to get to the top. And to be honest with you, I've been at the top for a long time and there's nowhere else to go. There is no Diamond Plus or Double Diamond or Triple Diamond. There's nowhere else to go like some of the other cruise lines. Okay, so we started working at getting to that level, and then that's why you did it. And I hear people all the time saying, oh, they see our card by accident, because we don't flaunt our card. We don't wear it around our neck. It's in my pocket or it's in my wife's wallet. We don't flaunt our card because Diamond does nothing but tell you that you spent a lot of money on their ships. That's really all it does. Okay? And Diamond and Platinum are so close together. There's people that go, oh, I want to make Diamond, but they're already Platinum. You really don't get any more, except you get to go, even with the new program, you're going to get to have a little outing with the captain, which is usually just a little hors d'oeuvres and a drink. And you get a little bit more laundry, because that's the unlimited laundry is gone. And I'll go over all the stuff that's gone again. And that's all it is. There's really not much difference between Platinum and Diamond. You still get to board early. You still get to go to your room and put your stuff in your room. Okay? But I hear people say all the time, oh, I'm only 2 cruises away from getting Platinum. I get it. I get it. You worked hard to get that, spent a lot of money to get that for them now, and I hate to say it like this, to kick you to the curb. And that's basically what they've done, because it was supposed to be a lifetime membership. Okay? But it's not. Okay? So how does the program work? This program works differently for different people. For example, I like to put it in 3 different categories. Let's just say that you are a cruiser. As you see here, I'm going to put this line up here. You have to earn, and these are what you get. You have to go to, you have to get 10,000 points to make gold. For a lot of people, that is going to be very simple. It's 10,000 stars. So if you go on a cruise ship, okay, starting June of next year, of 2026, so technically, if you're already gold, you're going to maintain that gold for technically 3 years from now. Once the program starts, you've got to maintain it within the next 2 years that they're calling their earning period. But if you're going to still maintain your gold, so that's not going away. For those of you in the next 11 months now, and you're like so close to making Diamond, get it. Get that Diamond status, because you're going to be good for 6 years. Okay, so my Diamond status ain't going away for 6 years, almost 7 if you count this period before the program actually kicks in. So all the benefits that you had are going to stay the same until June of next year. And then they're doing away with stuff, and I'll talk about that in just a second. So 10,000 points to make gold. Let's just say you're a brand new cruiser, and you're one of those people that cruise 1 time a year. 1 time a year, that's your vacation. You've saved all year for it. And let's just say that you book a short cruise like on the Paradise. It's a 4-day cruise. It's relatively inexpensive to cruise on 4 days and 3-day cruises. And let's just say you only spend $5,000. Well, you just earned 15,000 stars. You're already gold. You just made gold already. So you're there. Now is when it gets hard. And then next year, you do it again. So you had 15,000 the first year in your earning period, and now you've got another 15,000. Let's just say it's about the same amount of money, because you're not big gamblers, you don't buy the drink package. So let's just say that you earned another 15,000 stars. You didn't even make it to Platinum yet. You're still gold, because you need 50,000 to get to Platinum. And now you don't, so now you're starting your earning period all over again. Guess where you went back to? You're back to gold. You're staying gold because you still earn those points already. So you've already made it to gold. Okay? So then let's just say you do it again the following year, but you do 2 cruises, and 2 each year. Okay? And now you got to, let's just say you made the 50,000 and got to Platinum. But then the following year, you decide you're not going to cruise that year, and you're not going to cruise the next year. You're going to go on a ski trip instead. And then 2 years later, after that earning period, that enjoyment period, when you come back to cruise again, you're going to be red. You're going right back to the bottom of the barrel. And that's how this program works. But if you're Platinum, you've got to maintain Platinum. So that would be my middle class cruisers. That's the people who cruise 2 and 3 times a year. and they spend a little bit more money and they gamble and they do that, you're going to earn those. So you might make it to platinum. But let's say the same thing. The next year you don't make it to platinum, but you had 25,000 or 30,000 stars, you're going back to gold after that 2-year period. Okay? And then diamond is for people, not bragging, like Terry and I, who get good deals. That's why we cruise so much. We are going to probably have no problem keeping diamond status. That's $33,000 every 2 years that you have to spend. But remember, these points are going to work. Well, remember, you got points and stars. These stars are going to work because you get 3 stars for every dollar you spend. If you're a gambler, you are going to get 1 star for every point you earn. And right now, the current rate in the casino is for every $2 you spend, you're going to get 1 point. And that's what the points are right now on Carnival. Okay? But you're also going to earn points. And those points are just like I showed you in my card for the Hard Rock Casino. I can buy things. Now, the question is how much is something going to cost? Because they haven't revealed that yet. They may say, well, you've earned 12,000 points, but a drink is 10,000. Who knows what that's going to be because there's no answer for it yet. I haven't seen anything on that. If you have, please put it in the comments below because I've read everything that I can find and nothing tells you what things are going to cost. It shows you that you can buy things and how you're going to earn things. So, if, for example, you book a steakhouse dinner, you're going to get points for that. You're going to earn maybe 1,000 points or whatever for that. So you're going to accumulate points. You buy the drink package, you're going to earn points. You're going to earn stars as well because you're spending money. Now, there are some exceptions. Your port charges and your taxes when you book a cruise are not going to give you any stars nor points because the cruise line does not get any of that. That goes to the government and the port. So they're not going to give you credit for something they're not going to get. If they give you, for example, your travel agent gives you $50 or $100 onboard credit, doesn't count. Even though you're spending it on their ship, they're claiming it doesn't count. I don't get that part because it's not their money. It's somebody else's money that you are now spending on there. If they give you free onboard credit, it doesn't count if you spend that. Okay, now how they're going to figure that out, I don't know. Okay, what's their money, what's your money, and all that. So they'll probably just basically say, okay, well, $50 of that we know is ours, and whatever his first $50 purchases is doesn't count. I don't know for sure. But that's how the program's going to work. So people who cruise all the time, it's probably not going to be a problem. People who cruise infrequently, don't cruise every year, this program is not going to help them at all. Period. Okay? So let's talk about some of the things that are going away. And it's actually a pretty long list. And I love the way they worded it. I'm going to read it word for word here. I'll show you right here on the screen. Okay, so here's the way they word it. And I like the way they did this. You'll see how some benefits are being reimagined for Carnival Rewards. Effective with June 2026 launch of Carnival Rewards, we'll be making some slight adjustments, and these current VIFP benefits will no longer be reimagined, folks. The VIFP Club Party on a 5-day plus cruise, you'll get now 2 complimentary beverages, no more platinum and diamond parties. I get it. I really do get it. And guilty. They had that party, and it was really supposed to be have a drink, watch the video, have a little fun, and leave. Well, some people go there, they don't get a drink, or 2, or 3. They get 4 and 5. They hang out. And if you keep tipping bartenders, they're going to keep bringing you drinks, I promise. Okay? And they were free. So I get it. It was probably costing them a little bit there. Okay? $5 worth of complimentary arcade credits for guests under 18. That's gone. The welcome treat on a 5-day cruises upon request. So now you have to, if you want your cookies, you have to call and ask for them. Gone as of June of next year. The VIFP logo gift on every sailing, like your backpacks and your hats and your packing cubes, gone. Okay? And then, with the launch of the Carnival Rewards in June 2026, the first Diamond benefits will be discontinued, including, remember they used to, when you made Diamond, they gave you a one-time complimentary meal for two at a specialty restaurant of your choice. One time after you made Diamond. So basically, when Terry and I made Diamond 6 or 7 years ago, we got to get one specialty dining, and that was it. Well, that's gone anyway, so that's gone. Say bye to that. A one-time free cabin upgrade or third, fourth, and fifth person free, gone. No longer. And your VIFP luggage tags, which would be advertisement, gone. Okay, so that's what they've taken away. So again, we have to maintain this building all the time to maintain our level, our status level, while we're enjoying that status level. So remember, you're not losing that. So again, and I don't want to reiterate it for right now. If you're a Diamond member, you're good for 7 years from now. If you make Diamond in the next 11 months, you're good for 6 years, okay, after this is implemented. If you're a Platinum, you're good for 2 years. If you're Gold, you're good for 2 years. So if you're close, again, to making one of these levels, get them, because it's going to benefit you technically in the long run, even though, and I get it, okay, and I guarantee you a lot of you are going to venture out, you're going to do other lines, you're going to try other things, because they are actually advertising status matching. So I saw it on MSC Cruise, they status match, okay? So a lot of people are going to venture out. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the difference that you're going to work hard, you're going to spend a lot of money to get these programs. Remember, to make Diamond, you're going to have to spend in 2 years $33,000 on a cruise ship. I don't know who really does that, to be honest with you. Okay, $16,000 for, a little over $16,000 for Platinum. All right, so let's talk about the differences between Platinum and Diamond. I will just go ahead and tell you the difference. Here's what you both get, okay? You both get earn and redeem points. You get member-only offers. You get member e-newsletter, dedicated Diamond support, member collectible pen, okay? So that apparently is not going to go away. Your onboard extras is one complimentary 1.5 bottle of water. Let me talk about the water just for a second. Do you buy the drink package? Why do you care about that bottle of water? If you don't have a drink package, the bottle of water might be nice, because I think they charge like $2.50 for a bottle of water, and that's a little 10 or 12 ounce bottle, I believe it is. Might even be 16 ounce, whatever. But you get 2 complimentary beverages. That's per cruise. So if you do a 7-day cruise, you only get 2 drinks. You do a 4-day cruise, you get 2 drinks. Makes no sense to me. Complimentary wash and fold. Got a little asterisk next to it, as you can see there. And that's because it depends on how many day cruise it is. So if you do a 4-day cruise, you might get 2 bags free. And then Platinum gets basically 1 less. So that's a difference there between Platinum and Diamond. You get priority seating, specialty dining reservations. Okay, that's for Platinum. Priority. Okay, I can prove that that's not true, and I can also prove that guaranteed main dining time is also not true. Okay, now you can prove me wrong, but I remember one time they messed up our dining, and we said, well, we'd like to go to early dining, and they go, we don't have any spots left. But wait a minute, it says guaranteed main dining time. It wasn't, and that's happened more than once. Okay, anyway, so you get early check-in. You get to check in 16 days. Why we're still checking in, I really don't know. If you're a Diamond member, you can check in at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon and walk on the ship at 10 or 10:30 when they open up the gates. Your embarkation priority, so that helps you when you're tendering. You get to go down there first and get on there right after the people who bought excursions. And then you get onboard priority, you get debarkation priority, and you get a retail concierge services. Okay, that's where you basically, I guess you get to go to guest services and get in that special line where you don't really have to wait in that long line. Okay, now let me talk about these. And then the last thing you get, okay, and that the retail concierge services, you do not get that in the platinum. So that's two differences. And the last and third thing is the exclusive experiences. You get a special event invitation from the captain, which is the little diamond party that we go to. Platinum does not get that as well. That's the only three differences for $16,000 difference. Beats me. So that in itself is, to me, not worth the extra money to make diamond. It's nice, but it's not really worth that much to me to get the extra. Okay? And that's pretty much it. It's a simple program. It's really not complicated. Just remember, you're earning points and you're earning stars. Your points, you can buy things with it. And again, we still don't know how many points it's going to take to get, say, a free drink or a $10 bag of candy in the store. How many points is that going to cost in the cherry on top? Who knows? Because it's nowhere out here yet. I've looked everywhere. I can't find it. All right, so I have one more problem with this program. Is Christine Duffy said in her letter that we're going to get credit for everything we buy. We're going to get points, and we're also going to get it even on gratuities. All right, so we always pay our gratuities. We pay the ones that are included in your cruise. We always pay those gratuities. We never have got those back. We've never done that. But we also give, for example, out of your gratuities on certain ships, the room steward gets $28 out of that cruise, and it'll break it down if you go into your Carnival Hub app, and it'll show you what each person gets. And then they have the last one, which you really don't know where that goes, but the room steward gets $28 out of that 6-day cruise we did, and they get so much for the waiters. And then on top of that, we also give our room steward or whoever it is $10 a day extra. And then there might even be a little extra in that as well. And then we always tip our waiters, and we do it in cash. Just like when I get a drink, and I always give them $1 tip. Now, if I put it on the receipt and give it to them, I get that. They can keep track of that. Because if you ever notice when they give you a drink and they start picking up their tickets on Carnival, they put them in two separate jars. One has extra tip, one has no tips. So they separate those out. And so you'll probably get credit for those dollars. But what about the cash that I'm giving them? Is there going to be a way to give them money? Because, without it going just cash, you follow what I'm saying? Is there a way to give them something that is kept track of so we get credit for those tips as well? Again, another question unanswered. A lot of questions that we don't have answers to at this point. All right, so I know a lot of other YouTube channels out there are saying that they're going to probably walk this back. I really don't believe they are. They may tweak it here and there, and they've got a year to do so. And John Hill kind of did the Michael Jackson shuffle a little bit and said, well, we got a year to look at this, and we're going to, look at it. I really don't think that they're going to walk this back, as some people say, much. I really don't. They may adjust it a little bit. I don't think they'll get rid of it totally. I don't think the loyalty program is going to stick like it was, which I think is a shame, to be honest with you, because we all worked hard to get where we are. We spent a lot of money to get where we are. We cruised a lot to get where we are, to basically be kicked to the curb. And that's my opinion. So a lot of people ask, what do I think of this program? And that's what I think of this program. I can't think of anything in this program that I like. Nothing. Because everything that we are going to get, we're technically already getting. Okay? So I wish that they would have tried this on their other brands first, because Christine Duffy said it herself. She says, we have too many platinums and too many diamonds. Well, that's not our fault. I would be proud of that. If I own this cruise line and I go, hey, I got way too many platinums and I got way too many diamonds, that means these loyal people have been cruising with you for a long time. For example, us. We've got 96 Carnival cruises, well over 100 and some total cruises, and I have all at 500 points. That's 500 days of my life I've spent on their cruise ships. That's loyalty. And for 18 years, we never cruised another cruise line, ever. We never touched another cruise line. But then when we got to Diamond, and we've been Diamond for 6 or 7 years, there's nowhere for us to go. There's nothing for us to look forward to. And I think that Carnival could have done just 2 little small things. You want to get rid of the Diamond Platinum Party? I get it. You want to get rid of the free gifts? People who cruise all the time like us, we gave them away. We gave a lot of them. We kept some. But then when we got so many of everything, we gave them away. And I get it. We're kind of there's a lot of us that are an exception to the rule. Some people only cruise once or twice a year. So they naturally, they like those things. But I get it. It costs them money. I get it. But they did make a profit last year. Don't let them fool you. But I get some of that stuff. Okay. And I'm going to talk about one more little thing, and then I'm going to get out of here because I just don't want to bore you. But over the years, Carnival has cut back quite a few things, as every other cruise line has. But there were certain things that were special. If you started cruising back in the early 2000s or the late 90s, when you got on the ship, my first cruise was on the Carnival Glory in 2004 with Carnival. And you went to your room and you're all excited. You got unpacked and they cleaned your room that morning. And that was when they used to kind of come in and clean twice a day. But really the nighttime cleaning was really just kind of a turn down service. So you'd come in your room and you had your Carnival caper. That's what they called them back then. That was your daily schedule of everything that was going on the ship. The lights were turned down real low. Your beds were turned back. You had any gifts you earned from the casino or something were laying there with your towel animal. And right on your pillow was 2 mints. 2 chocolate mints that probably cost Carnival nothing. They probably got them for free, I don't know, to advertise for that mint company. They're popular mints. Indies, whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called. And that was special. Which, like I said, cost them probably nothing, which probably made it special that we booked another cruise on the Glory the following cruise. Made it special. Okay? Loyalty's a big deal. Loyalty is an absolute big deal. And you just kicked your people to the curb. That made you what you were. We remember the pandemic, don't we? When Carnival started kind of doing stuff, cutting back, and then the pandemic hit, and they were begging us to come back. And to be personal, only reason I got a vaccine, because I'm old, and so I could cruise. That's loyalty. Because other than that, I wouldn't have got it. Just a little bit of off stuff there. Okay, so they made the comment that this is all about the Barclays card, spending more money. And if you're going to spend that $33,000, and I'm not saying this, I am not downplaying Carnival. I love Carnival, been cruising Carnival for a long time, been very loyal to Carnival. We love them. We have fun. We've made friends with the staff and the crew and everybody. We're still all Facebook friends and everything. And I love Carnival. I'm not going to stop cruising Carnival. If they take my diamond status away, I'm still not going to stop cruising Carnival. I love Carnival. And I will continue to cruise. And I'm not going to badmouth them because, as John Heald said, they're still the fun ship. They are the fun ship. But if that person who can afford $33,000 every 2 years for cruises are not going to cruise Carnival. That's why I wish they would have tried this on their other brands, their Holland America or their Viking, okay? Because it's a different class of ship. It's a different class of people. People who that are not going to cruise Carnival. Carnival is a party ship. It is a fun ship. And we are still like children. We still love to party and have fun. Holland America, on the other hand, is a little older crowd. There are people that want to be in bed by 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. They like ballroom dancing, not dancing out on the deck and having midnight parties and everything else. It's a different kind, and they're going to cruise those type of ships. All right? So in closing, I hate the program. I hate everything about it. I can't find one positive thing in it. Not one. And that's just my personal opinion. Okay? All right, so what would have I done differently? To me, this was an easy fix. You're right. There are too many platinums. There's too many diamonds. It's not special to people anymore because there's so many. When you have to take a ship like the Mardi Gras or the Celebration or the Jubilee and divide just your diamond guests brunch into 3 different brunches, you have a lot of diamond members. And again, I'd be proud of that. If I owned the cruise line, I'd be very proud of that people are that loyal to me. But here's what I would have done to make this so simple. Like I just earlier said, get rid of the diamond and platinum party, get rid of the little gifts here and there, and just create 2 or 3 different levels. You would have made everybody happy. I guarantee it. Nobody would have complained. And you could even adjusted the points a little bit. The problem is you can't take away something that someone should already have. So in other words, if they had platinum, but you raised the 75 points up to 100 points, well, they're already got kind of grandfathered in, and that should have been done. I think it kind of has a nice ring to it too. Create a double diamond and a triple diamond, and then maybe even come up with one that's almost unreachable. So in other words, go to a double diamond program at, let's just say you take it at 500 points. Okay? I can say that because I'm there. Just kidding. But then you make a triple diamond, 750 or 800 points. People are going to try to get there. They're going to cruise more to get to those levels. And then your final one, make one that's almost unreachable, 1,000 points. That's a lot of cruises. 1,000 days at sea is a lot of cruises, and someone spent a lot of money to get to that. It's, again, almost unattainable for most people, unless you live on a cruise ship. And I know 2 people that do. So, wouldn't have costed them nothing. What would they have to do in these programs? Double diamond, okay? Double diamond, 3 free drinks a day. That's all they get different. That's it. And earlier boarding. That's it. You get to board 10 minutes before anybody else. Triple diamond. You get to 5 free drinks a day. They don't cost them hardly anything. And there's not going to be that many of them. And then if you make triple diamond, free drink package. I think they earn that. Okay? So now, the last couple of things I want to talk about is I still have unanswered questions. Let's just say that I booked the cruise, okay? Because counting sea days is very simple. When me and Terry go, if it's a 4-day cruise, we both get 4 points. If it's a 7-day cruise, we both get 7 points. It's simple. It's a simple process. But with this, I pay for the cruise. I book it on my card. Who gets those stars and points? Because I don't know. Again, can't find it anywhere in there. Do we both get those points? Do we both, even though we're combining our room and we're sharing a room, and let's just say we paid $5,000 for the room, so now we've got 15,000. Who gets them, me or her? Or do both of us get them? Nobody's answered that question yet. I don't know. Who gets the points? Who gets that status? I would assume both of us, but I don't really know. So it's like someone asked on social media, you bring your kids. How do they get to diamond level? They didn't pay for anything. Unanswered questions. Would have been so simple. Just create 2 or 3 different levels. Make a goal for someone to get to and leave it at that. Would have been so simple. All right? Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Remember, I'm not going to send you anything Doesn't cost you anything, but it does help the channel out. Alrighty? Thanks again. Happy cruising. And see you on the next cruise.